Okay, let's talk about blood pressure, but forget all the complicated medical stuff for a minute. I want you to think of this as the owner's manual for your heart, the one you wish you'd gotten years ago. It's a simple, straightforward guide to taking back control.
So, does any of this sound familiar to you? That deep down fatigue you just can't seem to shake? Or maybe a sudden wave of nausea that comes out of nowhere? What about that weird feeling when your heart flutters or starts racing? These things are super common, but they might actually be trying to tell you something. And that's something, it's often hypertension. There's a reason high blood pressure is called the silent killer. It's because the symptoms are so easy to brush off or blame on something else. But ignoring them is like ignoring a warning light on your car's dashboard. But here's the really empowering part. Before you even think about prescriptions, you have this incredibly powerful set of tools you can use right now. This is your first line of defense. This is where you get to be the main character in your own health story.
It really all boils down to one thing: understanding what's going on. And making these lifestyle changes, it's not about restriction or punishment. It's about empowerment. This is the absolute foundation for taking charge of your health. So, let's start building on that foundation. And we'll begin with something we all do multiple times a day. We eat. It's kind of wild when you think about it, but what you put on your plate has a direct and pretty profound impact on your blood pressure. And the cornerstone of this whole approach is something called the DASH diet. Now, the best thing about DASH, which, by the way, stands for Dietary Approaches to Stop Hypertension, is just how simple it is. This is not some weird, complicated fad. It's a scientifically backed plan that's all about eating delicious, whole foods that your body actually wants. Okay, now look at this number, 2,300 milligrams. This number right here is a total game changer. It's the daily limit for sodium that's recommended, and it's based on solid research that links it directly to blood pressure. But what does 2,300 milligrams actually look like? Believe it or not, it's just one single teaspoon of salt for the entire day. And here's the kicker. Most of that sodium isn't coming from the salt shaker you use at the table. Nope. It's hiding in things like processed foods, canned soups, sauces, even bread. That's why you got to be a bit of a detective, because all that extra sodium makes your body hang on to water, and that's what physically raises your blood pressure. But it's not just about what you cut back on. You've also got some powerful allies on your plate. Think of potassium as the anti-sodium. It actually helps your blood vessels relax and helps your body get rid of that excess sodium. And vitamin D? It plays a really important supporting role in your overall heart health too. All right, we've talked about what's on your plate. Now let's talk about getting up and moving. Physical activity isn't just for fitness. It's literally a prescription for helping manage your blood pressure. And this is where it gets really fascinating. These numbers show a direct, measurable link between your weight and your blood pressure. For every single kilogram you lose, that's about 2.2 pounds by the way, your blood pressure can drop by about 2.5 points for that top number and 1.5 for the bottom number. That's a powerful cause and effect right there. And here is the absolute best part. You don't have to go for some massive, intimidating weight loss goal. As this says, even a small amount of weight loss can make a huge difference. It literally reduces the strain on your heart, lightening its workload every single day. So what does this look like in practice? Well, it's a super simple 3-step plan. First, find something you actually enjoy doing. Walking, biking, swimming, dancing, whatever. If you hate it, you won't stick with it. Second, aim for at least 40 minutes a session. That seems to be the sweet spot for heart benefits. And finally, just do it at least 3 times a week. That consistency is where the magic happens. Okay, let's wrap this up with our final piece of the puzzle. Beyond what you eat and how you move, there are a few other daily habits that can have a surprisingly big impact on your blood pressure. Let's talk about alcohol for a second. When it comes to your heart, moderation is key, and the guidelines are pretty clear. The recommended daily limit is generally around 2 units for females and 3 for males. Just being mindful of that is a really simple but effective strategy. And finally, let's touch on a few things to avoid or limit. Smoking is, well, it's a huge one. It doesn't just give you a temporary spike in blood pressure. Over time, it actually damages your artery walls, making them stiff and forcing your heart to work way harder. And it's also good to know that some common painkillers, like NSAIDs, can actually make your body hold on to sodium and water, which can kind of undo all your other great efforts. So what's the big takeaway from all this? It's pretty simple, really. Your daily choices, what you decide to eat,
how you decide to move, the little habits you build, they are the absolute foundation of your heart health. They are the key. So I want to leave you with just one question. After everything we've talked about, don't get overwhelmed. Don't feel like you have to change everything all at once. Just ask yourself, what is one small change, just one thing you could start today? Because that one tiny step, that's where this whole journey begins.